Hey folks, today I just wanted to reintroduce or kind of redo my second thoughts or second opinion on the interior of this Durango here. So we've lived with the truck here for about 4 months and it's been great. It's been great. I'll hopefully do a 4-month review of the truck here pretty soon, just to, kind of see what the pros and cons are if we've had any issues, which we haven't so far. But I really wanted to go over the interior, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. With the Ram truck here, with an interior that's very similar to the Durango in terms of quality. So the RT Tow & Go, of course, is the top trim of the vehicle, up there with the SRT and the Hellcat variants of it. So with that, you get basically the same interior. Opening up the passenger side here, you notice you get some of that hard plastic, and that's what a lot of people are saying, the hard plastic. But you do get some soft touch materials, some softer plastic. The door panels, just like the Ram, are hard plastic, which, I have to zonk. In my Mercedes, it is not the case, but in the Ram, it is the case. So that's just kind of trade-offs with Stellantis here. But moving past that, and here is where I have to sit in the passenger seat. So we're going to sit in the passenger seat here, make ourselves some room. And we're going to shut the door. We're going to go over the passenger seat. So first of all, you're going to notice, I just detailed this too, by the way. The screen, just with the glare, it doesn't look very clean, but it actually is to the eye. So I'm adjusting my lumbar here in the passenger seat. I don't really sit in this very much, but this is a 3-row 6-seater, large SUV on the same platform as a Grand Cherokee as well. So first thing you're going to notice here, you've got kind of soft touch plastic for the dash. A lot of that black rhino skin plastic here. You've got a really, really nice kind of red leather, fake leather, of course, but red inserts all over the place here with the black and red seats, the faux carbon fiber right there, and of course along there as well. All your options there. But I do have to say, for being such a large and massive SUV, and I won't go into the driving dynamics here, but being for such a large, massive SUV that can tow 8,700 pounds, that's a shit ton of weight for this vehicle. You really feel like you are, and with the bolstering of the seats, you really feel like you are in this truck. You are really in the cockpit here, which is awesome. Some people want that huge space like a Tahoe or a Yukon or something like that. And some people want that kind of race car feel, like a Charger, Challenger, or something of that variant there. And this is what gives it to you without sacrificing all that legroom. I have a ton of room here. Even if I put my seat back a little bit more, I still have a ton of room. And then the passenger and the second row has that extra space too. And the seats are very comfortable. And if any of you have Dodge products here or Ram products, you will know these seats are very similar to the 4th gen Ram 1500 seats. I had similar seats in my Night Edition, my 2017 Night Edition, and that's what they were like. Great bolstering on the sides and on the seat sides and the back sides. So that's what these seats remind you of. They hold you in your seat awesome, without having any sort of dynamic, bolstering on it, which I had that in my Mercedes. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that at all. I like these seats. I just like how these seats are. I've always liked SRT seats. That's how they should be. You don't necessarily need that dynamic bolstering. But now, comparing the interior of this truck, and let's just forget this is an RT Tow & Go for a second. Let's just say this is the GT or the regular RT. So you get a really, I wouldn't say an absolutely high quality interior, but you get an interior that mimics high quality. You know, in something like a Benz or a BMW or a Genesis or something, you have your wireless phone charger there. You've got an awesome shifter, updated shifter. You got a fairly large console here. You know, areas for stuff. It is a little loose. But with all the space and the seat comfort here, and this is where Dodge excels. Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler. These seats are some of the best seats in the car industry in terms of comfort, you know, short of Mercedes-Benz. So the seats are comfortable. There's always more than enough room in the last 2 rows as well. You get captain's chairs there. You can have an optional TV back here on the back of the seat if you really want. You have 3rd row seating. I will kind of zonk this though. There is no LED light. This is a halogen bulb, if I am seeing that correctly. It's a halogen colored anyway. It may be LED, but it's not that LED color. Yeah, so you can see there. But anyway, the overall tech in the truck, the quality of the interior. I mean, yeah, you get some hard plastic, but are you really touching this all the time? No, you're not. This is a much better looking interior than something you'd get in a Honda Pilot, or even a Tahoe, or something of the similar price range, any Kia or Hyundai product. This is a much more exciting interior. It's a more involving interior. You feel like you are one with the vehicle and not necessarily just there. This interior makes you feel like you are the vehicle. It's an extension of your hand. So that's why I wanted to revisit this interior. And kind of go over that. And it's a lot like my Ram truck. And you know, you have those cost-cutting effects there with some of the faux carbon fiber and some of the hard panels and stuff that's been in their cars like this since, you know, 2011, basically. But where you make up with that is a driver involvement with these trucks here. And this excels at that. So, I mean, the back seats are bolstered. You can't find that in a lot of other vehicles unless you're buying like an Audi SQ8 or, you know, an Urus or something of that, or a higher end GLE or GLC 43 AMG. You know, something that this sticker's at 65 to 70, something that may sticker $80,000 to $90,000. So for this, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And Dodge, I should say Chrysler, does an excellent job at making you feel like, even though this is hard plastic, making you feel like this is nicer than what it actually is. And that is why, you know, they're able to sell these products, and that is why people buy these products, because this is an exciting interior to be in. Minus the panel roof, which they haven't put in this Durango and never will now. There's a lot of pros to like about this interior. I mean, the infotainment is driver-centric. The steering wheel is driver-centric. The passenger side is passenger-centric. I mean, you really feel like you are in it to win it with this Durango. And there's plenty of space. There's plenty of space. So people can say all they want about Hondas and Hyundais and Kias, but at the end of the day, you know, those cars are like appliances, and vehicles that are appliances just don't get it for me. Now, that's not, you know, everybody else is different, but this is where my position was in the passenger seat, and now this is how much room I have here in the driver's seat, or in the back passenger seat. Sorry, not driver. More than enough. I mean, this is more than enough to be comfortable in. I've got tons of storage space in there, which never gets used. Tons of storage space in here. Actually, you have a USB 2.0 there, and you have a charger, old style charger port right there, and you have USBs right there too. So very cool. And heated seats, and a nice control for your air vents. But this is a very, very cool interior. Of course, your rear air. It's pretty nice. pretty cool for the money that you pay. And one thing I have still been noticing here, for whatever reason, these Dodge products have been holding their value like no other. Every other car now, this is what, February 3rd of 2023, car values are finally starting to dip. But all the Dodge products that I've seen are still staying a high because, you know, of interiors like this and exteriors like this and the powertrains that these have. They just fit that niche of that rare amount of people that love to drive fast cars and look cool doing it. So, you know, if you're on the fence about, you know, an interior that just may not do it for you, or an interior like this that is not quite as high quality. This does have an awesome 19-piece Harman sound system too, by the way. But an interior that may not do it for you here, or an interior like this that is a little bit cheaper and makes up for it with the kind of the cool factor and the way they use those cheap pieces to make it look a little bit more expensive. Hell, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the look of this truck either. This is just a badass vehicle. I mean, it really is. This is a badass vehicle. So pair that with an interior that is also badass. Hell, I'd buy anything like this all day over a Honda product or the Telluride or the Palisade or any other 7-seater here that claims to have a little bit nicer interior. The tech on this, Uconnect, best, hands down, best infotainment in the industry. So you have your pros and cons with everything, but so far, I mean, you find a lot of pros with this Durango, and it is an aged platform, but why not? Why not buy it? It's exciting. The qualities are there. Everything is there that kind of suits the average American's needs.